Well, you want to make everybody a little bit upset or uneasy, just talk about masculinity. Oh my goodness, masculinity. How can you talk about such a thing? That's such a problem in society now. Men are being too masculine, Don't you know that's why they're shooting up schools? That's why they're bullying people. That's why they're beating their wives. That's why they're drinking alcohol. And that's the problems of all society. That's why they're flying planes into buildings. Masculinity is the main problem that is going on right now, and we need to extinguish it. And then once we extinguish the masculinity and get it out of all these men, then our society will not have those problems anymore. Oh, so backwards, so not true. And I was wondering, because most of these people that say things like this are well-meaning people that I agree with most of the time on most things. So I was wondering, what's the disconnect here? So often, it's the definition of words. And what is happening is masculinity is being confused with machoism. They're two very different things, rooted in very different things as well. Masculinity just means being a man. It's like femininity. If you say masculinity is bad, it's as dumb as saying femininity in itself is bad. Does that make any sense? They're the same thing. Feminine is just the qualities of a woman. Masculine, the qualities of a man. So why, when I bring up masculinity, or say masculine Christian, or when I throw this out to people and say, talk about masculinity and what we have a crisis of masculinity going on now, and they kind of get real tight and, oh no, that's not good. Masculinity is not good. I think it comes down to, so being a man is bad inherently, like the characteristics of a man, because that's just what masculine means. It just means the characteristics of a man. Masculinity is what defines you as a man. Okay? But what's going on is word games, and the left is really good at this, by the way, at playing little word games. They've been redefining what masculine means. This is something that Saul Alinsky was really big with, and this goes back to the 60s and the redefining of words. It's a great way to confuse people and to shift opinion about things. It's a tactic. So what's happening is masculinity is now being confused with machoism. And not the same thing at all. Masculinity is calm, cool, under control, has control of his emotions. Strength, has great strength, but isn't going around bullying people with it. Has it under control and can use it when needed to defend other people, including women. I know a guy he was talking about, he saw a guy talking to his girlfriend in a disrespectful way. And he walked up to him and confronted him and said, "I don't like how you're talking to her like that." Oh, man! That is a masculine trait. That takes guts. That's courageous. See, masculine is courageous. Machoism is false courageous. It's weak and insecure underneath. Masculine is the guy that will walk up like that and say, "I don't like the way you're talking to her." Machoism is the guy who's talking down to his girlfriend and is like, "Yeah, what are you going to do about it?" But as soon as he's confronted, what are you doing? That's the macho guy. All right? The macho guy is the bully. The macho guy is extremely self-absorbed and absorbed with what other people's opinions are of him, because deep down he's very weak, cowardly, and insecure. He's the kind of guy that will bully a woman, that will bully his girlfriend. He's the wife beater. He's the guy that will bring a gun to school. The coward. The guy that wants everybody to think that he's bigger than he is. Wants to get back at people. But the masculine person, that takes guts. The masculine man has guts, and he has a great amount of strength under control. He's not a bully, but he will stand up to bullies. This is something that is really lacking being taught. Because let me ask you this. I want to switch a little bit. If you are confronted with a situation, say you're in a public place and an active shooter starts shooting off. Okay? As a masculine man, what is your duty? To run? To hide? Or to strategically get with some other masculine men and figure out how we're going to take this guy out, even if it means the cost of our own lives? I'm going to rush this guy. He will probably shoot me, but I'm going to keep him from killing him, and her, and her, and her. And I'm going to take a bullet. And I'm going to risk my life, because I watched a documentary on Columbine. And one of the things that stood out to me was kids were being told to hide under tables. Kids were being told to hide. The boys were being told to run and hide. Now, I don't think it was always like that. Because I'm thinking, as these two cowards are going through the school on their rampage, where are the men that are bum rushing them and taking them down at the expense of their own lives? Because that is being masculine. When you're masculine, you have confidence in who you are in God. You know you belong to God, and you know that your life is more than just your own pleasure and comfort, and you are willing to lay down your life for another person. See, the macho man is not willing to do that. The macho guy he's all about protecting himself. And when it comes down to it, when it comes down to defending other people or anything like that, he's a coward. So, I think what is happening is people are confusing masculinity and machoism. And I think this is on purpose. Because today's society, our Western society, wants to assign negative characteristics to men. And just the word masculine, meaning characteristics of men, brings, bad thoughts to people's minds. I don't think that's by accident at all. Masculine is good. If you like what you hear, drop a like below and subscribe to the Masculine Christian channel for new awesome videos right here.